chosen one, heaven was shocked by the way you loved your soulmate. Listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal is not small, and if you turn away now, you may miss something that was meant to shift your entire life. I am telling you this because the way you loved was not ordinary. It reached places even heaven does not easily witness. You did not love with conditions, you did not love with fear, and you did not love to receive something back. You loved from a place so pure that even the angels paused, because what they saw in you reflected a depth that many never reach. This is why you must stay until the end, because I am about to show you why that love was never wasted and what is now being prepared for you because of it. Type Amen to affirm. You have been questioning yourself, wondering if you gave too much, if you stayed too long, if you poured your heart into someone who did not understand your value. I saw every moment, every tear, every silent prayer you whispered when no one else was listening. The love you carried was not weakness, it was a sign of who you truly are and what I placed inside you before you were even born. You were not loving blindly, you were loving with a purpose that was bigger than what you could see at the time. That is why heaven was not disappointed, heaven was shocked, because your love broke through patterns that usually trap others. I need you to understand something clearly right now. The way you loved your soulmate was not just about them, it was a reflection of your calling. You were showing a level of patience, forgiveness, and loyalty that most people speak about, but never truly live. Even when you felt ignored, even when you felt misunderstood, you did not become bitter. That choice did not go unnoticed, and it has set something powerful in motion that you are about to experience. And before you continue, if your heart is open right now, take a moment to like this video, because it helps this truth reach others who are silently going through the same pain and need to hear this. What you must realize is that your love created a reaction in the spiritual realm. It stirred things that had been waiting for the right moment to move. Many times you thought nothing was happening, but behind what you could see, doors were being prepared, paths were being aligned, and protection was being placed over your life. The love you gave was like a signal, and heaven responded to it in ways you could not yet understand. There were moments when you felt like walking away completely, when your strength felt like it was fading. You questioned if you were being foolish for believing in something that did not seem to grow the way you hoped. But I was watching you, and I was strengthening you in ways that you did not recognize at the time. Every time you chose to love instead of turning cold, you were stepping into a higher version of yourself. Type 1111 if you believe. I know it hurt when your love was not returned in the same way. I know the silence, the distance, and the confusion made you feel like you were standing alone. But what you saw as rejection was often protection. What you felt as loss was often redirection. You were not being forgotten. You were being repositioned for something that matches the level of love you carry inside you. The truth is, not everyone is capable of receiving the kind of love you give. It is deep, it is consistent, and it does not disappear when things become difficult. That kind of love requires maturity, understanding, and a heart that has been prepared. The person you gave your love to may not have been ready, and that is not a reflection of your worth. It simply means that what is meant for you must meet you at the same level. I want you to hear this with clarity. You did not lose anything by loving deeply. You revealed who you are, and that is something that cannot be taken from you. Your love did not weaken you, it strengthened you. It showed you your capacity, your endurance, and your ability to remain true even when circumstances tried to change you. Now, something is shifting. The same love that seemed to go unnoticed is now becoming the reason doors will open for you. The same heart that felt heavy is now being prepared to receive something that aligns with it. I am not bringing you something ordinary. I am aligning you with something that will understand the value of what you carry. There is a reason this message is reaching you now. It is because you are at a point where you are ready to see things differently. You are ready to stop blaming yourself for loving too much. You are ready to understand that your love was never the problem. It was always a gift, and it still is. That is why it seemed overwhelming, because you were operating from a place that others could not always meet. But I tell you this now so you stop questioning yourself, because what you gave was rare and it was seen. There were nights when you lay awake, replaying moments, wondering where things went wrong. You searched for answers inside your own heart, thinking maybe you should have done something differently. But the truth is, you were not the one who failed in love. You stayed true to what you felt. And that is something that carries more power than you realize. Many people walk away at the first sign of discomfort, but you remained present, and that is what made heaven pause and take notice. What you must understand is that your love was a test, but not in the way you think. It was not a test to see if you would lose yourself. It was a test to reveal your strength. And you passed it in ways that you did not even recognize at the time. You chose patience when you could have chosen anger. You chose understanding when you could have chosen distance. Those choices built something inside you that will now begin to show in your life. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. The pain you felt was not meaningless. It shaped you, it deepened you, and it prepared you for something that is now drawing closer. I know you wondered why you had to go through so much just to love someone, but what you were really doing was preparing your heart to receive something that requires that level of depth. Not everyone can handle the kind of connection that is coming toward you, but you can, because you have already lived through the lessons that come with it. Type 222 to receive blessings. There is something important I need you to hear right now. You are not behind, and you are not late. What is meant for you is not confused about where you are. It has been aligning step by step, even when everything looked uncertain. You may not have seen progress in the way you expected, but progress was happening beneath the surface. Your journey has been guided, even in moments when you felt completely lost. The love you gave did not disappear. It transformed. It moved into a space where it is now becoming a foundation for what is next. That is why you feel a shift inside you, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. There is a quiet strength growing within you, a calmness that was not there before. This is not by accident. It is the result of everything you have been through and everything you have chosen to remain. You may have felt like closing your heart completely, like protecting yourself from ever feeling that level of intensity again. But I am telling you, do not harden yourself. Do not let the past convince you that your love is something to hide. It is not something to fear, it is something to honor. Because the same love that hurt you will also be the love that heals you when it meets the right place. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. There is someone who will understand your silence without needing explanation. Someone who will recognize your effort without you having to prove anything. This connection will not confuse you, it will bring clarity. It will not drain you, it will restore you. And when it arrives, you will realize why everything before it could not stay. You are being guided away from what cannot hold your heart and toward what is strong enough to carry it. That is why some things had to fall apart. That is why some connections could not continue. It was not punishment, it was protection. It was alignment happening in a way that you could not fully see at the time. I know you have moments where you still think about the person you gave your love to. That is natural, because you invested deeply. But I want you to release the weight of those memories. Do not carry them as regret. Carry them as proof of who you are, because you showed up in a way that many never do, and that matters more than you think. You are not defined by how someone responded to your love. You are defined by the love you chose to give. That is your truth, that is your strength, and that is what is now opening doors that were once closed to you. There are opportunities, connections, and experiences that are being drawn toward you because of the energy you have carried. You may not see it all at once, but you will begin to notice changes. Small moments that feel different, encounters that feel more aligned, a sense of peace that replaces confusion. These are signs that you are moving into a new space. A space where your love is not questioned, but appreciated. A space where your presence is not overlooked, but valued. Do not rush this process. Do not try to force anything. What is coming does not need to be chased. It will meet you where you are. It will recognize you without effort, and it will stay without you having to hold it together. You have come too far to doubt yourself now. You have endured too much to turn back. What is ahead of you carries the answers you have been searching for. Not in a dramatic way, but in a steady, undeniable way that brings peace to your heart. I am with you in this. I have not left you in your confusion. I have been guiding you through it. And now you are stepping into a season where things will begin to make sense, where your heart will feel lighter, where your love will finally find the place it was always meant to belong. Trust what is unfolding, even if it feels unfamiliar, even if it feels quiet, because sometimes the most powerful changes happen without noise. And what is being prepared for you right now carries a depth that will not shake, will not disappear, and will not leave you questioning your worth again. There was a time when your heart felt restless, when you kept searching for signs, for reassurance, for clarity. You wanted to know if what you felt was real, if it would last, if it would grow into something stable. But now, you are being moved away from uncertainty and into something that does not require constant questioning. What is meant for you will not leave you guessing. It will bring a sense of peace that you have not felt before, a calm that replaces the need to chase answers. You may still feel moments of doubt, and that is natural. Your heart has been through a lot, and it learned to protect itself in ways that felt necessary at the time. But do not let those old fears control what is coming next. You are not in the same place anymore. You have grown, you have learned, and you have become someone who understands the true meaning of love beyond just emotion. Type 555 to affirm. Is it time to try the same CIA secret ritual that is changing lives in seconds? A newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual that is transforming people overnight. Scientifically proven by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to attract money naturally. People who were once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and travel. But this secret may not stay online much longer. Click the description and comments now before it is removed. The love you carry is not something that can be wasted. It may have been given in places where it was not fully received, but that does not mean it lost its value. It is still within you, still alive, still powerful. And now, it is being directed toward something that will recognize it, something that will not take it for granted. This is the shift that is happening, even if it feels slow. I want you to release the idea that you have to hold everything together. You do not have to carry the weight of every connection. You do not have to fix what was never meant to be yours to fix. Your role was to love, and you fulfilled that role with sincerity. Now your role is to allow what is aligned with you to come forward without resistance. There is a new kind of connection entering your life, one that does not rely on effort alone. It flows naturally, it grows steadily, and it does not create confusion. This connection will feel different because it will not trigger the same fears or insecurities. Instead, it will bring a sense of security, a feeling that you can finally rest your heart without worrying about losing yourself. You are being prepared to recognize this difference. That is why you went through what you did. Without those experiences, you might not have understood the value of what is coming. You might have overlooked it or doubted it. But now you will see clearly. You will feel the difference without needing anyone to explain it to you. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. There is something else you need to understand. The person you once gave your heart to played a role in your journey, but they were not the destination. They helped reveal parts of you that needed to come to the surface. They showed you your capacity to care, to stay, to believe. But their inability to meet you at that level was never a reflection of your worth. Now you are being moved towards something that matches who you are becoming, not who you were in the past, not who you tried to be to keep something alive, but who you truly are at your core. This is important because what is coming requires authenticity. It requires you to stand in your truth without shrinking or adjusting yourself to be accepted. You are no longer being asked to settle. You are no longer being asked to wait in uncertainty. You are being asked to trust the process that is unfolding, even if it does not match your expectations. Because what is coming is not something you need to chase. It is something that is already being aligned to meet you. You may begin to notice changes in how you feel about love. Things that once triggered anxiety may no longer have the same effect. Situations that once made you question yourself may now feel clear and simple. This is not because love has become less important to you, but because you have become more grounded within yourself. This grounding is what will allow you to receive what is meant for you. Without it, you might have repeated the same patterns, the same cycles that left you feeling empty. But now you are stepping into something new, something that is built on understanding, respect, and mutual effort. Do not rush into anything. Do not feel pressured to recreate what you had before. What is meant for you will not require you to prove yourself. It will not ask you to change who you are to fit into it. It will accept you as you are and grow with you naturally. You are being guided into a space where your love is not just given, but shared, where it is not just expressed, but received, where it is not just felt by you, but returned in a way that strengthens you instead of draining you. Trust this shift, even if it feels unfamiliar, even if it feels slow, because what is being built is meant to last. It is meant to support you, to uplift you, and to reflect the love you have always carried inside you. You are not losing your ability to care. You are learning how to protect it while still honoring it. This is the balance that many never reach, but you are stepping into it now. There was a time when your heart would react quickly, when every small shift in someone's behavior would affect you deeply. You would overthink, you would question, and you would try to fix things before they even had a chance to settle. But now, you are noticing something different. You are calmer, more aware, and less willing to lose yourself in someone else's uncertainty. This is growth, even if it feels unfamiliar. The love you gave in the past taught you something important. It showed you that you are capable of deep connection, but it also revealed the importance of being met halfway. You are no longer willing to carry everything on your own, and that is not selfish. That is wisdom. You are learning that love is not meant to be one-sided, and that realization is preparing you for something that will feel more balanced. Type 1212 to claim miracles. You may still have moments where memories return, where you think about what could have been. That is natural, because your heart does not forget easily. But those memories no longer have the same power over you. They do not pull you back into confusion the way they once did. Instead, they remind you of how far you have come and how much you have grown. There is a release happening within you. It is slow, but it is steady. You are letting go of the need to understand everything that happened. You are letting go of the need to hold on to what is no longer present. And in that release, you are creating space for something new to enter your life. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning financial struggles into better lives. New homes, vehicles, and vacations are becoming possible. But this secret could be pulled down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. This new space is important. It is where clarity lives. It is where peace begins to settle. And it is where you will start to recognize what truly aligns with you. You are no longer drawn to chaos or confusion. You are being drawn towards stability, honesty, and connection that feels real. Type 1010 if you trust God. What is coming into your life will not require you to question your worth. It will not make you feel like you have to compete for attention or affection. It will meet you with the same level of care that you naturally give. This is what you have been moving toward, even when it did not feel like progress. There is someone who will see your heart and understand it without needing you to explain it over and over again. Someone who will not be intimidated by your depth, but will appreciate it. This connection will not feel rushed, and it will not feel forced. It will unfold naturally, at a pace that allows both of you to grow together. You are being guided into a different kind of love, one that does not rely on constant reassurance, but is built on trust. One that does not create fear, but brings a sense of safety. This is why you had to go through what you did. Without those experiences, you might not have recognized the difference. I know there were moments when you felt like giving up on love completely. Moments when you thought it would be easier to close your heart and focus only on yourself. But even in those moments, there was something inside you that refused to give up completely. That part of you is important because it is what kept you open enough to receive what is coming next. You are not the same person you were before. You have learned to see things more clearly. You have learned to trust your intuition, and you have learned to value yourself in a way that you did not before. These lessons are what will guide you moving forward. Do not rush this next phase. Do not try to control how or when things happen. What is meant for you will come at the right time, in the right way. Your role is to remain open, to remain grounded, and to trust that what you are moving toward is aligned with who you are becoming. There will be moments of surprise, moments where things begin to make sense in ways you did not expect. You will look back and realize why certain things had to end. You will understand why certain people could not stay, and in that understanding, you will find peace. You are not being left behind, you are being led forward. Every step you have taken, even the painful ones, has brought you closer to where you are meant to be. And now you are standing at the edge of something new, something that reflects the growth you have experienced. Stay patient, stay open, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. Because the love you carry is not something that needs to be changed. It is something that needs to be placed in the right environment. And that environment is now being prepared for you. What is ahead will not confuse you. It will not make you question your value. It will remind you of who you are and what you deserve. And when it arrives, you will feel it. Not as a sudden rush, but as a steady presence that brings peace to your heart. There was a time when you would ignore your own intuition just to keep a connection alive. You would silence the part of you that knew something was not right, hoping that things would change if you just held on a little longer. But now you are listening differently. Now you are paying attention to how something feels, not just what it looks like. And that shift is protecting you in ways you could not protect yourself before. The love you gave in the past did not disappear, it matured. It is no longer impulsive, no longer driven by fear of losing someone. It has become steady, grounded, and aware of its own value. You are not willing to give yourself away without being seen anymore, and that is not because you are closed off. It is because you understand what your heart deserves. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. You may feel moments where everything seems quiet, where nothing significant appears to be happening. But this silence is not emptiness. It is preparation. It is a space where things are being aligned without confusion or chaos. You are being moved into a different rhythm, one that does not rush or pressure you. This is the part of the journey where many people become impatient. They start to doubt, they start to question if anything is truly changing, but you are not in that place anymore. Even when you feel uncertain, there is a part of you that remains calm. That calmness is a sign that you are being guided, even when you cannot see the full picture. There is a connection approaching your life that will not require you to question yourself. It will not make you feel like you are too much or not enough. It will meet you in a way that feels natural, as if it was always meant to happen this way. This is what alignment feels like, and you are moving closer to it with every step you take. Type Amen to affirm. You are no longer being prepared to chase love. You are being prepared to receive it. That is why your mindset is changing. That is why you are no longer drawn to the same patterns. You are stepping out of cycles that once felt familiar and into something that feels new. Do you know why everyone is talking about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave technique leaked from the CIA is changing lives around the world. Backed by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you are seeing this, you are very lucky, because the page may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is deleted. I know there were times when you felt like you were always the one giving more. You were always the one trying harder, caring deeper, and holding on longer. But that season is ending. You are not meant to carry that weight anymore. You are meant to experience something that feels balanced, something that feels mutual. The love that is coming into your life will not feel like a struggle. It will not make you feel like you have to earn it. It will exist in a way that feels natural, without constant effort. This does not mean it will be perfect, but it will be real. And real love does not need to prove itself over and over again. You are being guided into a space where your presence is appreciated, not overlooked, where your efforts are recognized, not ignored, and where your heart is valued, not taken for granted. This is what you have been moving toward, even when the path felt unclear. There is a reason you had to experience what you did. It was not to break you, but to shape you. It was to help you understand the difference between what feels intense and what feels right. Because those two things are not the same. What is meant for you will not only feel strong, it will feel steady. You are learning to trust that steadiness. You are learning that love does not have to come with confusion to be real. It does not have to feel overwhelming to be meaningful. Sometimes the most powerful connections are the ones that bring peace instead of chaos. Do not rush ahead of this process. Do not try to force clarity before it naturally arrives. Everything is unfolding in the way it needs to. And when the right connection enters your life, you will recognize it without doubt. You have already done the hardest part. You have faced your fears, you have felt your pain, and you have chosen to grow instead of shutting down. That is not easy, and it is not something everyone is able to do. But you did it, and now you are stepping into the result of that growth. What is ahead of you is not something you need to chase. It is something that is already moving toward you, and when it reaches you, it will not feel like something you have to hold together. It will feel like something that naturally fits into your life. There was a time when you believed that if you loved hard enough, things would work out the way you hoped. You believed that your effort could hold everything together, but now you see more clearly. Love is not meant to be carried by one person alone. It is meant to be shared, to be supported from both sides, to grow without pressure. And because you now understand this, you are no longer willing to settle for anything less. Type 222 to receive blessings. You may notice that your energy feels different around certain people. Where you once felt drawn, you now feel distant. Where you once felt uncertain, you now feel clear. This is not you becoming disconnected, this is you becoming aligned. You are no longer forcing yourself into spaces that do not recognize your value. You are allowing yourself to step back and observe, instead of immediately giving everything you have. This is the wisdom your past has given you. It is not meant to make you guarded in a way that blocks love, but in a way that protects your peace. You are learning to choose where your energy goes. You are learning to recognize when something feels right and when it does not. And that awareness is what will guide you into the connection that truly belongs in your life. There is something else happening that you may not have fully noticed yet. You are becoming more comfortable with yourself. You are no longer depending on someone else to validate how you feel or who you are. You are beginning to stand in your own presence without needing constant reassurance. This is important because it changes the way you attract and receive love. Type 1111 if you believe. The connection that is coming toward you will meet this version of you. Not the version that doubted, not the version that overgave, but the version that understands balance. This is why everything had to unfold the way it did. You were not being delayed, you were being prepared. I know there were moments when you felt like you had lost something irreplaceable. You wondered if you would ever feel that deeply again. But what you felt before was only a glimpse of what you are capable of experiencing. It was not the full expression of what is meant for you. What is coming will not only match that depth, it will bring stability to it. You are no longer in a place where love feels like a risk you have to calculate constantly. You are moving into a place where love feels like a natural part of your life. It will not take away from you, it will add to you. It will not confuse you, it will support you. There is a calmness that is beginning to settle over your heart. It may come and go at times, but it is becoming more familiar. This calmness is a sign that you are no longer fighting against yourself. You are no longer trying to hold on to something that does not fit. You are allowing things to unfold without forcing outcomes. That is where your power is now. Not in holding on, but in letting things be what they are. Not in chasing, but in receiving. This shift may feel subtle, but it changes everything. You are not the same person who once felt lost in uncertainty. You are someone who has learned to trust the process, even when it does not make immediate sense. You have learned that not everything that feels intense is meant to stay, and not everything that feels calm is something to doubt.